Hello electric car lovers, in this channel I cover the latest tech news surrounding electric cars. I cover the background, feel and drive, the current selling price, and the specs and engineering that go into making each car. If you have an electric car that you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments below. In today's video, I'm reviewing the upcoming Audi e-Tron A6. I'll be covering the most important features to see whether it'll crush the competition or not with its enormous kilowatt battery capacity. And one more thing before I start, I finally managed to get rid of that nasty electrical charge I've been carrying. I'm ecstatic. Okay, now back to the video. Audi is counting on the Volkswagen Group's synergy effects in its transition to emission-free transportation. During a media tour to the multi-brand plant in Zwickau, Germany, Audi board member for production and logistics Peter Kostler and Dr. Stephen Loth, chairman of the board of Volkswagen Saxony GmbH, stressed how much the sister firms benefit from their close partnerships. Audi will have more than 20 complete electric cars on the market by 2025 thanks to shared platforms like the Modular Electric Drive System, or MEB. That puts Audi on the clock to release more EVs, and the Audi A6 e-Tron concept, a battery electric version of its A6 sedan, is next on the list. The A6 e-Tron concept is a 100% electric sedan concept car from German automaker Audi, presented in 2021, foreshadowed by an eponymous concept presented in April 2021 in Shanghai. The Audi A6 e-Tron promises to be one of the future rivals of the Tesla Model S. The production version of the A6 e-Tron is expected to debut in 2026 and go on sale in early 2023. The next generation Audi A6 will be available with internal combustion, plug-in hybrid and all-electric powertrains according to Audi. If the concept heralds the arrival of an electric sedan, the Audi A6 e-Tron could also be available in an Avant wagon version. At the Shanghai Motor Show, the Ring brand unveiled the Audi A6 e-Tron concept, a version of a future electric road. Different from the next generation Audi A6, it will however retain its body variations with an Audi A6 e-Tron version before. Johannes Arneth, PPI Platform Development Manager, left no doubt. He said, "We really wanted to point out that the A6 e-Tron belongs to the A6 family of models. The A7 is a very successful derivative of the A6 family, and it is unique enough to have its own name. But with the derivatives that come later, the A6 seems like the most logical choice to us." Behind these statements, the spokesperson for the brand has implied that the Audi A6 e-Tron Avant will be a reality. If no release schedule has been discussed at the moment, this version with more generous cargo volume would be one of the few electric station wagons on the market. The 4.96 meter long station wagon, like a Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo, would retain the mechanical endowment of the sedan. The final information has not been communicated, but remember that the concept is based on a 100 kilowatt battery that can offer a range of 434 miles. Design and engineering. Audi describes the A6 e-Tron concept as a perfect confluence of design, lighting, and technology. In the customary over-the-top jargon of a design-focused press release, Henrik Wenders, the head of Audi brand, describes it as the ideal blend of highly emotive design, interesting lighting systems, and cutting-edge technology. And from the looks of it, he may be correct. The A6 e-Tron seems like it belongs in a sci-fi movie, but it won't be available until 2023. Audi's all-electric portfolio will include the Audi e-Tron crossover, Audi e-Tron GT sports sedan, and Audi Q4 e-Tron SUV. For the time being, the car you can see here is still a concept, but when it goes on sale in 2023 as the Tesla Model S alternative, it should appear practically identical. It's a seductive sportback that looks more like the A7 than the A6 sedan, but that's fine. Audi is so pleased with the look of the A6 e-Tron that it presented it once again at the show at Milan Design Week in September 2021. The new Audi A6 e-Tron looks fantastic, and the greatest part is that the final product should appear very similar to this. After all, Audi didn't really alter much when it transformed the e-Tron GT concept into a road car, dubbed the e-Tron GT. Audi has stated that the completed car will not have the Idea's invisible door handles, but top-spec models will have 22-inch wheels and the same rear-view cameras instead of wing mirrors as the concept. The swoopy silhouette of the vehicle isn't likely to change much, though it'll also have the same two-tone side skirts and full-width brake lights as the previous model. The Audi A6 e-Tron's headlights are one of the best features. They're slimmer than any other new Audi. You can trust the Germans to come up with such a confident statement. and they're also loaded with interesting new technology. The daytime running lights are made up of 3 rows of customizable LEDs that can display a variety of patterns and animations, and Audi has also included special projectors all around the car that can project messages into the pavement. The new car also comes with the most recent version of Audi's Matrix LED headlights, which can be used to play video games. You connect your smartphone to your car and use it as a controller to play a unique Audi spacecraft racing game, which uses the car's headlights as enormous projectors. Interior. Audi hasn't disclosed the inside design of the A6 e-Tron. Maybe it's all a secret, or maybe they're still working on it. However, the e-Tron GT and Q4 e-Tron can give you a fair sense of how it appears. Both cars come with sporty minimalist interiors and 2 infotainment screens, which is one less than the standard A6 saloon. However, Audi has realized that increasing the number of displays isn't always the best option. From the side, the A6 e-Tron looks like today's Audi A7 Sportback, as I've mentioned before, but it's a few centimeters higher, so it should be a little roomier inside. Performance. The A6 e-Tron is based on the Volkswagen Group's PPE, Premium Platform Electric Technical Platform, for sports electric vehicles, and it will be one of the first to use it. The platform will be shared with Porsche. Vehicles based on PPE will be able to accelerate from a standstill to 62 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds. The entry-level A6 e-Tron will have a single rear-mounted motor driving the rear wheels. These will accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 7 seconds, according to Audi. The prototype has a drag coefficient of 0.22, which is extremely low for a car. 4-wheel drive variants will include a front-mounted electric motor. These dual-motor automobiles would have a combined output of 354 kW and 800 Nm of torque. That's the same amount of power as an entry-level e-Tron GT, but the torque is around 160 Nm higher. This implies that the new car will go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds. And that's faster than the GT, which takes 4.1 seconds to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour. Audi's other vehicles come with a long list of safety features, such as adaptive cruise control, with stop-start, blind spot monitoring, and more. Hands-free highway driving such as Ford Blue Cruise, GM Super Cruise, or Tesla Autopilot, which is where the driver still has to observe the road but doesn't have to steer unless intervention is required, is likely a possibility. Battery life. The Audi A6 e-Tron will share an 800-volt architecture with the Porsche Taycan and the future Porsche Macan EV, with which it will share a platform, allowing for quicker charging than a standard 400-volt design. The 100 kWh battery will be included in the new A6 e-Tron, and that's a little more than the 93 kWh battery found in the e-Tron GT, but less than the 108 kWh battery found in the Mercedes EQS. Audi claims that the final car will have a range of more than 435 miles, which is about 140 miles longer than an e-Tron GT and close to the 478 miles of an EQS. However, the A6 e-Tron will top the car in terms of charging times, as it is compatible with 270 kW charges. Only 200 kW can be handled by the EQS. If you can locate one of these chargers, you can increase the range of the automobile by 186 miles in just 10 minutes, which is 5 minutes faster than the Mercedes. Your batteries will be recharged from 5% to 80% full after a prolonged 25-minute charge. Price and model range. We don't have much to compare to it because it's a brand new vehicle, but it'll most likely compete with the Tesla S and fellow VW member Porsche Taycan, as well as the Lucid Air. Depending on features and specifications, this puts it in the $80,000 to $100,000 area. The new Audi A6 e-Tron will go on sale alongside the regular A6 sedan in 2023, although it will be somewhat more costly. Rear-wheel drive variants will likely be a few $1,000s less than the e-Tron GT, but you'll still have to pay roughly $80,000 to get your hand on one. 4-wheel drive vehicles may cost significantly more, and that's before you even think about adding some optional features. Here are the price estimations for the trims. The Premium trim will cost around $80,000, the Premium Plus trim $90,000, and the Prestige trim $100,000. Audi hasn't released any pre-order information, and because the car hasn't been announced, you'll have to wait a bit. However, you may indicate your interest by contacting your local Audi dealer. This wraps up my review of the Audi e-Tron A6 concept. Let me know what you think of it. Thank you for sticking it out through the very end of this video. Nothing helps out my channel more than y'all watching the entire video. These videos take a long time to make and are a labor of love. If you'd like to see my channel grow, please help spread the word. And until next time, remember, the best experiences aren't about where you end up, but who you're lucky enough to be on the journey with.